Hey, welcome to Insomniac Live. We're here playing like it's 1995 or 96. It's Super Nintendo Day, and you know what? It's a special day because today, Starfox 2 finally released after 20 years. And while you might say, James, why are you dressed like a high school football coach? It's because if we're going back to 1996, we're going back to when Nebraska was great at college football. No, that's kind of funny, but really it's because we're playing football tonight, Nebraska, that is. I'm not part of Nebraska. I went there, but whatever. So I'm going to watch the game tonight, and I'm already dressed for it. I'm here with two special guests while we play some Starfox 2. I've got Ryan Benno here, who's one of our environment artists at Insomniac Games. And you can follow him on Twitter. He talks a lot about retro video gaming. And,
a little too much.
Well, you know, he's someone who's like appreciates the fact that we have a frame meister in the studio to upscale our games. And we've also got David Dimoff, who's one of our core support guys. And we're going to be playing some Starfox 2. And I think Ryan's going to kick us off here and get us in. We've got a couple special things today, though. So first, maybe you haven't followed Insomniac on Twitch yet. You should do that, because when you do, maybe Ted Price is going to make a very special Starfox themed cameo. So, you know, click that follow button because you never know what might happen. Also, for every new follower we get during today's stream, we're going to donate a Brave gown to through Starlight to a children's hospital. You can read more about that on that website, and in a little bit we'll play a video from Ted kind of explaining what Brave gowns are. But for each person who follows today, we're going to go ahead and donate one of those gowns. So click on it. You get to donate a gown and help a kid in a children's hospital. You get to see a message from Ted. It's great. I think that's everything to start us. So let's play some Starfox 2, which is this lost Super Nintendo game from the mid-90s. 1996 even.
96.
Nice.
Crazy.
This is a game like I remember like seeing in magazines and never getting to play, obviously. Like, it was screenshots, it was coming soon, and then it was canceled.
96.
Do a barrel roll! Right.
Exactly.
So, it was basically, we're going to play on hard. We're going to try it on hard. Hopefully we don't die a lot.
You already kind of played through it yourself, right?
Yeah, so I was really just doing it so I wouldn't suck on the stream the first, because I got this from Best Buy. Best Buy shipped my Super Nintendo Classic, like, early, and then I like got UPS to like deliver it early, and it was great, and now I have it faster and I'm very happy about it.
Mine still hasn't arrived, so
yeah,
still waiting on it.
This is why it was exciting. So then the first night I was like, oh, I should play some. I had to unlock Starfox, because actually you can't just play Starfox 2 out of the box. You got to unlock it by beating the first level, and then you know, is the real Ellism. Thanks for following. The real Ellism. I hope you enjoyed Ted's message. You've now seen Ted's Starfox. You guys don't even know what this is, do you? So basically, if anyone follows, Ted pops up like Flippy or what someone says, do a barrel roll on the stream.
Wow.
Yep.
Yes.
It's
That's
pretty
awesome.
much the best thing ever. So I played this, and this game has, like, if you ever played Star Fox Command on the DS, there's like this real-time strategy layer where you have to like defend all these so you're defending Corneria, and if it gets 2 damaged you lose, which is the big planet down in the lower left. Then there's all these other planets that you have to rescue, and then there's like fighter squadrons and missiles being launched, and they're going to try and attack Corneria. So you have to kind of like decide, do I intercept things? Do I fly to, you know, a planet and liberate it? And also, while you're in the mission, time is still moving in the background, slower, but essentially while you're doing that. So you can pick between different characters and different ships. So like Slippy has he gets like some of his health back with his special item. I think Miu and Faye become like invulnerable, but they have less shields in general, but their ships are faster.
So each mission you can pick a different ship?
No, it's actually like you pick it. I don't think you can change. It's like per game.
Oh,
so
really?
it's like for full on games.
So what did you play as when you went through?
Oh, Fox, naturally.
Okay,
You
Fox.
know, I just went for the most generic option the first time.
So maybe we should choose something different.
I wasn't planning to beat the game, guys. I just was like, I'll play this for like half an
Tried it.
hour, and then I was like, I didn't die, and I just kept going.
How
and,
long did it take you?
like, well, so here's the thing. Like, I don't think normal is that hard. I got through it in about 45 minutes.
Really? No, that's pretty good.
Like, but I think on like apparently, then I went online. I was reading, and it was like, oh, like if you play on expert, it's actually like really really difficult. So. I'm sure like it has a lot more replayability on the harder
Nice.
difficulty levels. And then I got a grade, and my grade was only like a C. So like I wasn't really proud. I'm an A student. I don't want to get a C.
I'm a C student, so that's fine.
Let's see, so there's different controls for this. So
Oh yeah,
switch
so you
to
can do that.
Unless
Yes. So
you're fine with that. Okay. By
So-
default, it's
well, default's A, right? Or is it B and C? Is that it?
you can see. Is it?
This
I
is
was
the-
looking at the up and down controls. So.
Oh, it's like inverted. Are you guys
Yeah.
inverted or non-inverted?
I can't remember how I used to do
Yeah.
the original. I remember always kind of toying with
I
it.
figure like I'm no longer inverted on shooters. I used to always be, and then my brain fixed itself one day.
Don't get me started on shooters. I play Southpaw.
Do a barrel roll! Oh, that's some weird stuff, man. That's some weird stuff.
Once you go GoldenEye, you don't go back.
But flight controls, I always think inverted is the right way to play a flight game, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
All right. Let's stick with that.
Oh, there's A. Now you're on A.
Yeah. Okay. Let's stick with A then. All right. So.
Kevin Pelly.
Slippy?
Kevin Peely.
Maybe.
Slippy.
Thanks for
Slippy,
following.
He's different than Fox. Why not?
Well, if we could do a barrel roll somehow, like on the couch, like roll on the floor, we would. But nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Let's go with.
Is that your wingman?
Oh, so you actually
Yeah.
can't choose the person.
Yeah, you
See, I
can.
thought it was
That's
just
cool.
random. I didn't even try to change it.
Who do you think?
Yeah, let's do Peppy.
Peppy and Slippy's like the most
There you
annoying
go.
possible combo, isn't it? I mean,
They're good friends, right?
so Ryan, you've been playing games forever. Obviously.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I mean,
Forever is about the right word.
like, what does Super Nintendo mean to you?
It's probably the reason why I'm in games professionally. Like it's a lot of people talk about the NES and that was like there's a lot of cool stuff in there, but the SNES is just like even today you just look at like a lot of the visuals, they hold up really well. You look at like the gameplay for a lot of stuff holds up really nicely. Like
Oh,
I don't know how this game's gonna be, but a lot of the other games on this collection, right? Like Super Mario World, or that's a fantastic game. Also got Metroid.
You gotta go. You gotta fly. You gotta shoot. You gotta shoot, man.
Oh, this is first person.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can, so you want to hit those glowy things. I mean, obviously, so like you think back to this game, like this is sort of like Nintendo trying to like compete with. So you can actually, so it's full on freeform, so you can fly out and turn around and break.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
This
if you
is
think about all the freeform shooting in
There's the rockets. Is there
A button, right?
a
Or
button? So that's lasers. Is there?
no, is it?
Oh, I guess maybe I don't.
Maybe it's X. No, you don't have rockets.
Okay.
You have the health
Yeah,
boost.
it's got those,
So and you see the clock is moving up in the corner, so the clock will actually allow all the stuff to move on the Do a barrel roll! After you finish the mission. So it's like
Okay.
even on these like really simple missions where you blow up a missile, stuff's gonna keep flying in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, go ahead.
No. I'm saying that's kind of neat. Definitely kind of an interesting way to open up a game.
Was that after the first level, or did you get to choose the levels?
I was trying to go to a planet. It looked like the rocket was moving at the same time, so I don't know if you did.
GNJC2517, thanks for the follow. Hope you did a barrel roll.
So can you do barrel roll?
Oh, you got did you get intercepted? So you can do a barrel roll still by tapping on the upper right. So like when they,
there you
if
go.
they're shooting at you, it helps you dodge.
Okay.
So avoid the shot. So yeah, there's Slippy telling us to do a barrel roll essentially, just like Ted will tell you to do a barrel roll if you follow this stream. Follow us on Twitch. Do a barrel roll. Yeah, it was like a weird time trying to do polygons on the Super Nintendo. It was definitely like it was asking a lot, and like back then you could even put. There's special chips like Super FX. I think this has the Super FX2. This is even the second generation Super FX chip.
Super FX2 chip.
It's actually running pretty well. I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely better than the first game.
Oh yeah.
Pretty significantly.
Scruffy Christo, thanks for following. Do a barrel roll.
So can you go to third person this
That's a good question.
this level?
I don't think you can go in third person at all in these flight areas. This is all like
all
that.
range mode
It's
is-
that right. It's the all range. Basically, like this was apparently a lot of the inspiration for all range mode in '64.
Yeah,
And then like
you
the
can definitely tell this is kind of like I want to say a prototype, but at least like here's the idea of it, right?
right. And the thing was, they got this game basically finished. It was all but finished, and it was close enough that even though they canceled it, they still went ahead and do a barrel roll. so that the game was ready, like essentially shippable, even though they weren't planning to ever ship it. Which was kind of some good foresight. They've been sitting on it for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
Now they're making money.
Yeah, who would have thought, right?
Long-term investment. So.
But I remember, I think it was Dylan Cuthbert was working on Starfox Command on DS, and that game, he got a lot of the footage and build of this, and so A+, Berserk Fury. What? Oh, got it. Berserk Fury, thanks for following. I don't know what they're writing over there. Just like it looks like an A+ at the top. Was it? There's something that says at next. It covered part of it, but there's still an A+. Did you guys see the A+?
I did.
I saw an A+.
Yeah.
So these dogfights are. I found the dogfights to be pretty tough. Because you have to stay on them really. And this might be like where normal, like they're doable. Oh, you got him. Where they're fairly doable, but then they get really, really hard on the harder levels because it's like you constantly line up and it's like a joust every single time.
Yeah.
The realism says for a half-finished SNES game, it's quite nice to look at.
That is.
I think it's actually a pretty finished game. Okay, so while we now we finished that level, we're gonna jump into another one, but. Real quick, for every follower today, we're donating a Brave gown, and Ted's gonna do a quick.
Hey everybody! For every new follower we get, we're going to be donating a Brave gown to Starlight Children's Foundation. So help us help these kids. Just click this link right here.
Just a new right now.
And we're back. Thanks for watching that message. Like I said, follow us today during the stream. You get a special message from Ted that appears, and we'll also donate a Brave gown to Starlight, which is pretty awesome. So you can warp the ship. See if you can warp it. You may be able to put it closer to the middle or on a different.
Do a barrel roll!
And then you're able to like base out of there and handle all the stuff around it more easily.
This guy.
You may want to do it by Venom and then go take out that cruiser. There you go. And then you can take out the carrier, which will stop. Then it'll stop launching stuff at us.
Gotcha. So yeah, I've been playing Starfox 0, which is pretty different so far.
Oxcole, thanks for following us on Twitch today, and I hope you did a barrel roll. So my advice is to proceed to the target as quick as you can, because you're going to have to fly into its reactor shaft.
Do you have any booster now?
Yeah, I think it's Y is
It's a Y
boost.
is boost, yeah.
This is like, I love it's like attacking a Star Destroyer. And those blue things, if you hit them, are going to give you shields back.
You're getting there. There we go.
So you're saying Super Nintendo, like, basically is the reason you are in video games?
Yeah, absolutely. And even going back, I mean, so many of these games, like really kind of changed my perspective on games. Like, I was thinking about this earlier in the week. It's like, I grew up on a lot of platformers, and to me, that was a video game. And then when I got Super Mario RPG and Earthbound, it was like, oh, you can do something besides just an action thing. There's strategy to it, and tell stories and do some really cool stuff with it. And both of these games are on here, so it's pretty fantastic.
Nice.
When was the last time you played that Earthbound?
Oh, wait, like 3 months ago?
Okay.
So you can press select to transform into a tank. And now you can back up and watch. So is there any Star Fox inspiration in the Ratchet and Clank games? I remember some space flight sections, but I can't remember if there was dogfights as well. I don't think there was major Star Fox. I mean, like, anthropomorphic characters. Maybe the space sections might have drawn a little bit
Ratchet
from
and
it.
Clank Future had a lot of flying missions.
Yeah, those feel the most Star Foxy to me out of anything. I don't think there's like major inspiration besides like having cool. Oh, select. There you go. Besides those major things, I think you can go through that blue door.
This is totally like Star Fox 0.
Yeah, see, the ground stuff definitely feels like... Oh, maybe you have to kill the enemy first before the door will open. That might make sense. Here he comes. He's coming around the left side. There it is. I mean, like, it was like when you, in some ways you think about this game like running on Super Nintendo hardware, it's pretty incredible to have like polygon game running, but it also shows like how hard it was for the Super Nintendo to process this kind of stuff, because it's just like you think about those platforming games you talk about, and they're like these super smooth, like 60 frames a second, beautiful games, and then like these games definitely it's a little harder for them to run at that frame rate.
Like, I remember reading a couple of years ago, like, Dylan Cuthbert, the guy you mentioned earlier, he was, like, 19 or something and figured out how to do 3D on Game Boy. And they went to Nintendo and showed that. And that's kind of how the genesis of this project started off.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, talk about just, like, very, very smart guy. So if you're just joining us, this is Insomniac Live. We're playing Starfox 2 on the Super Nintendo Classic today, and we're trying to liberate a planet. Oh, nice. That gave you a super item. I'm here with Ryan Benno, who's one of our environment artists, and David Dimov, who's one of our core support guys. And we are trying to liberate a planet, and I think you want to drop to tank mode for this, and then just hammer those red things on the edges. Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot more stuff. Oh, see, like, we got hit by a planetary missile while we were in this mission, because we've taken so long, like, one of the missiles in the real-time layer. That's pretty cool. That's cool that it calls that out to you, and it's keeping track of that layer at the same time. That's really neat.
Is there a way to jump out of a mission and go back?
Not that I was aware of, but I never needed to either. So, and special note for today, if you follow us on Twitch, you'll get a special Star Fox theme message from Insomniac founder and CEO Ted Price. We're also donating a Brave gown to children's hospitals through Starlight, and for every new follower, we will donate a Brave gown. Holy cow, 55% damage. Oh, that fighter squadron is killing you. You gotta, like, kill... That, not the missile, but the fighter squadron just, like, sits there hammering it, so you gotta go take that fighter squadron out, like, ASAP. No, that's the missile. The fighter squadron's the little red dot.
Nice.
So, like, they were just sitting there, like, basically pounding the shield. Oh, man.
It's hard mode.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Maybe hard was not a good idea.
Should've just said it was hard.
I was like, oh, I played it on normal and we got through it really easily. Like, maybe we should play it on hard. And, like, Cornea's up in the corner flashing 90% damage. Yeah, apparently letting the fighter squadrons through is really bad because they just sit there and keep plinking the planet the whole time, versus if, like, a missile does some damage and then explodes, but the fighter squadrons really, really hammer you.
It's kind of neat to at least see, like, a real-time, like, thing like that feels like you could play this game multiple times and you're going to have different scenarios.
Yeah.
Especially from this era, that's very unique to see.
Yeah, and with different, I think the different characters too, like, and how that might affect you with the different wingmen and the different flights too.
Do a barrel roll!
Okay, so they've launched another fighter squadron up above, but you may want to take out the missiles right next to you, so you may want to take that out because it's really.
So that's gonna.
Silent Tremor, thanks for the follow. Hope you did a barrel roll. Oh, nice. See, that was fast. Boom. Like, no time at all.
It's
gonna take you more time to load in and out of that mission than to shoot that thing.
And that's on a cartridge, too.
Yeah.
Oh, is that fighter squadron retreating? Oh no, it's not. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
nice. The planetary defense took it out for you. So
that's cool.
I don't know what that thing is that's coming in super fast, but you may want to be careful about it.
Can I get to it?
That may be like another fighter squadron or something. Oh, what are those things? Yeah, see, playing on normal, there's stuff I did not ever see.
Kind of cool, yeah.
It looks like you need to speed up to chase them.
It's really hard to tell if you're going fast.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
First person mode.
Yeah, it's, you know, there's no landmarks in space, so.
Yeah.
Zerk Fury says, I don't watch a lot of Twitch streams, but since we started this, I've been trying to tune in. Love hearing your insights on game development and appreciate you taking all the time to do it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't followed us, make sure you follow us. You get that special message. We'll donate a Brave Gown. I take out the carrier to your left. So there's also the missile, too. Stop launching stuff. Oh, I wonder if that means your station is out of control, or is like out of commission now. Nashua Jobel, thanks for following. I wonder who that is. I feel like I have to keep I almost want to keep the like barrel roll thing even when we're not doing Starfox streams, just because it's funny.
Make that a thing.
It's just great. You guys will see it after. It's hilarious. I should have shown it to you before. So how did you, so then, okay, you knew you wanted to get into games. Like, how did you actually go about that after you kind of knew that was what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in high school, I was kind of debating between a couple different things, and games was the one I kind of ultimately picked to go to, and I went to school that was very kind of art heavy, and at the time I didn't really know that either. It's like, oh, maybe I'll come in here and design games.
What school was it?
It was one of the art institutes in Los Angeles, so one of the few good ones of those schools, but yeah, once I got in, I kind of learned 3D and just really kind of fell in love with it. And building environments is just something really kind of cool, because with like doing animation or character, there's a lot of like repetition, but with like environments, there's always like challenges with that, and especially like here when we've got to work on a variety of different things, you're kind of always trying to figure out how to make something look really good in different art styles, and just work within the constraints of trying to make it into a shippable game.
What so how long have you been in Insomniac now?
I think collectively 3.5 years now. So
okay, and so what other games did you work on before working on Spider-Man?
I worked on Sunset Overdrive and Ratchet.
Okay.
Playing for PS4.
What environments did you like working on the most from those games? Like what really got you going with those?
For Sunset, I did a little bit of the entire environment. Our team did a little bit of the city, because it's a massive open world.
Right.
I did probably most notably on Sunset was the Crocodile Pond.
Oh, okay.
Goofy little guys there. And then on Ratchet, I worked on Battaglia and Iridian. So that was the Skid McMarks level and the snow level.
Right.
So.
Were you a Ratchet fan before you came here?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, it was cool to work on that game, because we had a lot of the original art,
right,
and we just like use that as a template for us to kind of build stuff off of.
Right, and then make it shiny and cool, and detailed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, here's this thing that's like 4 polygons, but what were they intentionally trying to make that look like? Now that we can throw like 1,000 or 2,000 polygons onto an object, so.
That's awesome.
With Star Fox, the original, I always kind of wanted there to be like a remake of that, but with like same art style, just
oh no,
really frame rate.
Okay, all right, so you've got. Oh man,
what's going on in that planet?
What's going on here?
That's your defense base.
All right, should we do it this way?
Yeah, we haven't rescued any of the planets yet, so that's the next big thing. Oh, what? Oh, they infected our. Oh, they infected the. Oh.
I effectively lost.
Oh no.
It's cool as an actual cinematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool to see that.
Right,
oh wow.
That looks pretty good.
I feel like it's kind of like Missile Command almost. Like I have like strong Missile Command vibe.
Wow. That's pretty cool. The pixel art in this game is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's really, really good.
Oh yeah, super good. Oh, here's a rank. What kind of rank do we get? Even is it just an F?
Well, E apparently.
Yeah, just automatic E. Oh, you see the bar does go up. I'm sad there's no F. Oh, see, it's a record. See, you deleted my save.
Sorry.
I have a high score.
It's
fine. It's fine. That's cool.
You want to give it a try?
Oh no, it's still there. See, so
there?
the
Okay,
ROMs
so
do save.
there
There's
you go.
one of the differences in the SNES Classic. Like some of the games can save even without a save state, and I'm not really sure how that works yet. And
I
I'm
think
looking
the NES
for.
Classic did that with like Zelda though. Like,
Did it do a Zelda?
I think so.
Did it?
Yeah.
I
If
don't
I
know.
remember correctly.
Huh. Now I'm curious. We'll have to go look at the.
Give that a try. What should we put in here?
It should be
IG.
IG. Yeah.
IG space.
Just do.
underscore. That seems appropriate.
There you go.
Dash.
Nice.
Right, sure.
Or IG Twitch, IG Live. I don't know. Someone say, what was the most annoying moment from the first Ratchet and Clank? I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't think there's. I think the annoying thing about playing, at least going back and playing the original one now, for me, is just like you can't strafe or anything.
Yeah,
like
that's,
it's
that's
the
the
controls.
Most obvious glare.
Yeah, like that. It's just like that's a completely different. Like, even though like the PS4 one's sort of a remake, it's a completely new game because the gameplay is just like, yeah, the enemies might be the same, but the game, how you control what you do is completely different from how you played the first game. So like it follows that story and goes to the same planets that are kind of templated the same, but it just feels completely different. Someone Berserk Fury says, "Man, I can't wait for the Ratchet and Clank art book. Will we see any of Ryan's art in it?" No, because all your art's 3D. It's not really concept.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to see his art, play the game.
Yes.
That's the best way to see it.
We interesting to have an art book with actually like the models.
Game 3D models. Yeah, like you could do it. Like it's always a challenge getting those looking, like lighting and posing and shooting, and then like when we make renders, there's usually a lot of like clean up to make those look good in a high res 2D fashion.
Especially for like a book, I would imagine you have to kind of output the images a little bit different than the way you'll see it on like a console.
Yeah, for sure. And we've been working, I mean, like, even just posing them all, like, posing models and stuff to make them look cool. And then lighting it and all that. I mean, it's not a ton of posing and lighting work, but each one adds up, and then a capture and, touch up and all that. Like, renders add up. They take time. We have been working hard on that book, and really excited for it to come out in February. You can pre-order it now on Amazon and also at your friendly local comic store and Things from Another World and all of that.
Should I do first?
I feel like the fighter squadron wrecked us last time, so you may want to kill that fighter squadron and then go make sure the fighter squadron and carriers go down first. If you're just joining us, this is Insomniac Live. We're taking a throwback to the mid-90s. I am Nebraska fan James Stevenson. We're here playing Starfox 2 on the Super Nintendo Classic Edition, which just came out today, and if you're hoping to go buy one today, good luck. But I'm sure Nintendo is shipping as many of them as fast as they can. And it seemed like there was a lot today, like that shipped compared to the NES Classic. So I think you'll be able to find these sooner rather than later. I'm here with Ryan Benno, who's an environment artist at Insomniac Games, David Dimoff, who's in our core support. And what is core support, David Dimoff?
Core, as you know, we make the engine that we use to make the games. Core support, we basically support anyone who uses the engine. So if someone has an issue, we'll go to their desk, figure out what's going on, get things working. We also test the tools to make sure they're usable before we push them out to everybody. So there's a lot of QA, a lot of technical support, a lot of kind of project management stuff going on too. So there's a lot.
You're like the fixer.
Sometimes.
you're the wolf in Pulp Fiction?
Or we take the credit for fixing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime I ever have a problem with Dave, it's the first person I usually go to.
It's like, did you restart the computer?
That's
and
and
they restarts it.
That took me about a year to realize, I should probably do that before.
Before you call anybody, yeah. It gets embarrassing the third or fourth time Dave comes over and restarts your computer for you. He's like, it's working now, huh? And you're like, shit.
Sometimes I don't need to do that. Just go to their machine and things are just magically working.
Yeah, like it's because you came. It's
exactly.
your presence.
That's also the worst though too, because there's times where you're just like, it's a problem you're constantly having. You call somebody over to look at it. It's like, it's fine. It's like. All right,
if you have not followed us on Twitch, we do have some special Twitch action going on today in the form of a special message from Insomniac CEO and founder Ted Price when you follow us on Twitch. So click that follow button. Also, we're donating a Brave gown to a children's hospital for each new follower we get during the stream, and we'll show a little video and a little bit about that more. But if you want to learn more about Brave Gowns, check out the news section on insomniac.games, which is our website. Not insomniacgames.com, just insomniac.games. It'll get you there. And you can learn a little more about the program. And we're matching all donations there. But we're also doing a Brave Gown for every person who follows today. So please click the follow button and do a barrel roll.
So where does the InsomniacGames.com bring you now?
I think it just redirects. So you could still go to InsomniacGames.com.
Okay.
But the official URL is now insomniac.games, since there's that .games back end. So I don't even think we've taken a planet yet, have we?
No, but I think I need to heal. So do I need to go back to the mothership?
Yeah, you probably need to go back to the mothership to heal, and then try and take a planet.
Let's
and,
try to do
we gotta.
Oops.
See, this is the problem. You're like balancing
Man,
this
yeah,
whole.
this is.
You're balancing, and then you could warp. So you could warp away. The problem is there's that fighter squadron coming in, so you may not want to warp. You may want to kill the fighter squadron and then kill a carrier. Oh, you can park it in the middle though,
That's pretty good.
which is probably
yeah,
the best.
There you go. That's probably good. And then just
Yeah, and then you can catch the fighter squadron and go from
Do a
there.
barrel roll!
Yeah, I think that's the
let's
smart
just
move.
Sacrifice a missile and just take out a planet first.
Yeah, I just love the Super Nintendo controller. It's definitely a lot tougher without a stick.
Oh yeah, no analog sticks.
Do a barrel roll!
Like late PS1. I mean N64 and late PS1 era, right?
Yeah, especially for a game like this.
Bitpop, thanks for following. Hope you did a barrel roll.
It's not too bad though.
It's not too bad, but you can still more struggle.
Do a barrel roll!
Here we go. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Core team. K Tiger asked, the core team worked on the engine right. What's the most important thing? Well, what do you think the most important thing in terms of engine and tools and core is? Like, I mean, I know, like, I don't think you can, like,
Everything?
yeah, it's like, I like,
Render, animation,
yeah,
audio.
it touches all systems in the game. It touches everyone here at the studio. Like, you're either using the tools, you're doing something in the engine. Whatever you're doing is ultimately going into the engine.
Oh, there we go.
Like, the tools are how you're making content, putting it in.
That's why core is always just super busy.
How did you get into games, David?
Well, started with the NES
Yep.
back in the day. I did a. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
My first one was actually at THQ in QA. Went from there to EA, back to Activision, back to EA. Finally ended up here at Insomniac. Been here for about 10 years now.
Nice. Nice. We got a couple more. Sea Tarnal 2 and Sonic Destroyer 2, or Sea Tarno 12. Sorry if I got that wrong. And thanks for following. I hope you did a barrel roll. Thanks for helping us donate Brave Gowns through Starlight. So what made you decide you wanted to work in games? Like, besides just, I know you got into it with Nintendo, but like, why did you decide gaming industry is where you wanted to be?
Back when I first started, browsing the internet, I was really into this one project that also didn't come out, Robotech Crystal Dreams.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, sure.
And I started talking with one of the programmers who worked on that. He ended up being one of the guys that actually, did the story for it and all that. And, so we had a kind of like an online conversation. He said he started in QA. So I was like, hey, that sounds awesome. I'll start, trying doing QA. And eventually that led me here.
So now you're just getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, this is a little.
I feel like you gotta start.
I'm trying to balance a little bit and just see kind of like, okay, how much do I need to actually like?
I feel like you
go out
gotta
and
take the
stuff.
carriers and stuff out so
Yeah.
they stop launching things. But
The
like,
rockets, not so much. Oh wait, can I do a charge? Seriously?
Okay.
I just learned the charge. Cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh wait, there's a charge.
a charge button.
Oh.
That was not
Hold
in
it.
the original Star
That's what the blaster's for. Okay.
Well,
I was
like
wondering what
I
that
slowly,
meter
like
was.
if you're tapping it fast enough, it slowly heats up. I think,
Yeah.
but
Maybe it's just certain vehicles have it.
maybe.
I switched over to Fox and Falcos.
Yeah, we're good at this game. Do amiibos work with the SNES Classic? I don't think so. No. That would be interesting though. Do either of you guys collect any amiibos?
I have a few.
I have a few. And then some.
You have the whole collection?
I have a whole, yeah. Just a little.
If you play Zelda Breath of the Wild, now your station's infected, so maybe you have to go.
Oh, is that
Oh,
what it is
satellite's
too?
been overrun. Yeah. So now you have to go
Okay,
clear
so
your
that's
satellite
the-
out. I haven't seen this mission either.
All right, let's see
Oh,
what
that's
happens.
cool that you actually see it. During I see. That's that thing on top of it is what's contaminating it.
Interesting.
So during Breath of the Wild, there was like one amiibo that gave you Epona, and like
Got that.
Oh, right.
you had it at
Yes,
your
yeah,
desk,
yeah.
and like the word got out, and he was like the dealer. Like people were just bringing their Switches over and setting it there, and like he was just setting his amiibo and like spawning Epona. I was like, okay, thank you. And then it was like, okay, don't get Epona killed because I don't want to run through I don't have to go back like hat in hand. Like, can you give me Epona again, please?
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where I want to just use all my amiibo on Breath of the Wild, but it just takes like way too long just to scan them all. So I end up just forgetting it.
Yeah.
What, they're putting out like 4 or 5 more?
I think so, yeah.
There's a ton of Zelda. I missed like the Majora's Mask one drop, and then I like once I miss one, I'm just like never mind,
yeah.
I'm done. Like I can't. It's all like sour milk. I can't be bothered anymore to collect these if I'm missing one. I refuse to pay eBay prices for a Majora's Mask amiibo or Ocarina amiibo, whatever which one it was.
Yeah, I just ordered the Metroid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Metroid just came out on the 3DS, which is cool. And then of course Super Metroid
Yeah, that's right.
is on this device, which is
Which is my favorite Metroid.
I think it's still that's still probably the best Metroid game. And then there's also Ted Price's favorite video game of all time, Super Metroid.
That's right.
We may eventually play Super Metroid with Ted on the stream
That'd be pretty cool.
on a Super Nintendo Classic even. I'm not sure what you are you supposed to? Oh, you're supposed to kill
Oh,
that
am I
thing.
shooting that thing? Okay.
We're shooting our own.
Yeah.
It's flashing, so you gotta shoot it.
Exactly. It's orange and then blue flashes. So what else am I supposed to do?
This is. It's funny now. I kind of want to go back and play the game on hard because I think like I just cheated myself out of the experience on normal. I was like, oh, and now on hard, it's like, ooh, this is pretty tricky. Like, how do you balance this?
So there's an
Oh,
expert
Oh.
there you go. Now you got it
Oh.
uninfected.
Okay,
But
man.
man, a missile hit while we were in there. Someone said the real Elism said, I know the NES Mini was palm size, but I haven't seen the SNES out of the box yet. This is the SNES right there. So I don't know how well you can see
It's
it.
pretty clean.
This is my iPad next to it. So if you can kind of tell, there's an iPad, and this is a full-size iPad. Okay, we're going full screen for a second, and then like you can see it next to the coffee mug. So that's the NES Classic. That's the SNES Classic right there. Nice and tiny, just like that. I think the internals are the exact same as the NES, so it's like the exact same internal hardware. So basically the same size, just the casing's a little bit different. Whose idea was it to add holo cards to Ratchet & Clank PS4? Was there ever any talk to have some sort of card game in Ratchet & Clank PS4 further down the line? I don't know whose idea it was in the end. I don't remember. I remember early. I feel like I know Billy Parmenter. Was it? I don't think. Was it? I don't know if it was. I don't
Might
remember.
have been his idea.
Yeah, Billy Parmenter was really into it and did a lot of stuff on it. I feel like I mean, and some of that was in North Carolina where that was being implemented, but I know Billy was a big part. I want to say Billy's a big part. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And I think at one point we were talking about trying to make it a card game, but it just kind of was out of scope and a lot of work that like we needed to do a lot of stuff. Given the time and the team we had, we wanted to make sure. Oh, is that thing about to shoot? Like, oh shit, planet cannon! You better take that thing out.
Dude, I have no time to heal. That's okay.
Oh man,
whatever, let's just go.
YOLO.
Let's go.
Full throttle. Don't get hit. Oh man, if you shoot the fighters coming at you, sometimes they'll drop shields.
So if you die, you
Oh, I literally have one shield left. Sweet.
Yeah, you have like 2 hits available
We got
to you.
this.
But if you full throttle in, you can go straight into the thing, and then you can be in
avoid everything you can.
tank mode.
Get some shields.
Drop shields, drop shields, drop shields. There's one.
Okay.
One.
Flat red.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Okay.
There we
Oh,
go. Okay,
that
cool.
gives you 2 shields. That's like 4 hits. Now you're in good shape. And you should be able to get through the. I think you can go through the inside pretty easily. Oh, there's another one.
There's another one.
Oh.
No, come on. There we go.
Yeah, you got it.
And then just get in range of the target. There you go. All right. Oh, look at the planet cannon actually comes. That's pretty cool. The model changes. You see the cannon like raised up.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty neat. Like, there's a lot of like little details that change. So guys, what's your favorite game? Nitro Hamster asks, what's the favorite game you've worked on?
Gotta say probably Sunset. It's probably the most fun I've ever had working on a game.
And if you want to switch, you press select to go to
Oh, is
tank
that what it
mode.
is? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Just FYI.
Alright.
for me, probably is
Oh.
Resistance 1
Oh, I
multiplayer.
don't know if I can switch.
Press select.
Oh, select. Press Y. There we go.
Which one? Sorry.
Resistance 1 multiplayer,
Oh yeah.
which was when I first started here.
Yeah.
Yep, that one was good times.
So you've been here 11 years too, then?
10 going on 11.
Nice. Yeah, that was.
You started in 07?
I started 06.
06,
So
yeah, I
yeah.
started 06.
Yeah, I was working on. So like early on for me was. I remember every Friday we didn't have there weren't that many PlayStations. So I think you're gonna go to the left. There's also a token, which I don't know what the token gives you, but it's some sort of it's the general. I don't know what it's worth though. It does something.
Oh, wait, grab that. Nope.
Oh, that opened the door, so you had to kill him anyway. We used to do.
Practice.
Well, it was there was Frag Fridays, but it was basically our playtests had to be Friday during lunch because there was no time for you to get a dev kit. QA was working on them all the time, so the best time to do a playtest with people that weren't playing multiplayer a ton was during lunch because I was we only had a handful of dev kits back at that point, and so we would play, and man, everyone. It was really funny because they all thought I was this chill dude. And I talked so much shit when I was playing Resistance. I love that game so much. I was killing people. I was yeah. Who is this guy? What the hell?
I always love the play with the devs.
Oh yeah.
No, that was always fun.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun to play with the community.
Oh yeah.
And get everybody in. Let's see. Flexible scope is important. Wasn't Sunset panned by players and critics? No, actually Sunset's 80 something on Metacritic. It's been played by millions of people. There's a lot of awards at E3 too. Yeah, it won E3 awards when we showed it. It wasn't panned at all. If you haven't played Sunset Overdrive, highly recommend you check it out.
Fun, yeah.
You can get it for free on Xbox One Game Pass if you have that, or you can buy it cheap, $10-20. Yeah, it wasn't panned at all. Check out the reviews; they're good. A lot of people say it's their favorite Xbox One game, and we have people asking us about a sequel all the time and all that jazz. So, no, it wasn't panned at all. Let's see. Big shout out to the Resistance series from the Realism.
Pigma.
First game I played on PS3 was Fall of Man. Love 3 the best. Yeah, if you got more questions, let us know. Have you thought... Well, actually, I'll reset real quick. So, if you just joined us, this is Insomniac Live. We are streaming Starfox 2 on the SNES Classic. My name is John, Community Director and resident Nebraska fan here at Insomniac Games. And I'm here with Ryan Benno, who's one of our environment artists, David Dimoff, who's in our core support team. We are teleporting ourselves back to 1996 and playing a Super Nintendo game that was never officially released until today on the SNES Classic. And if you follow us on Twitch, like Politovsky just did, thanks for the follow, you'll get a special message from Insomniac founder and CEO Ted Price.
Is that it?
Oh,
That's it. All
game
right.
over.
Hard mode is hard.
Yeah.
Oh, you can continue as the wingman though.
Oh.
So there you go. So you
Go
can
for
keep
it.
going.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah. Keep it going. Also, we're doing a special thing. Every person who now we need to kill the now you need to kill the cannon though. You got to go take that ship out.
Big guy.
Yeah, for sure. If you follow us today on Twitch, we're donating a Brave gown to Starlight and Children's Hospitals. If you want to know more about Brave gowns, you can check out insomniac.games and check our news section. It's the latest story there. We also have a quick message from Ted Price about the Brave gowns, and we're going to play that for you now.
Hey everybody! For every new follower we get, we're going to be donating a Brave gown to Starlight Children's Foundation. So help us help these kids. Just click this link right here.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite Star Wars.
Oh, you have, and I think you have bombs now again too. So,
All right.
yeah, or I think you have more bombs. It's pretty cool. You can continue as the wingman, but then you obviously don't have wingman support.
What do you get out of wingman support? Is it just he does extra damage?
I'm not sure if he does extra. I assume they do take targets out for you.
Do a barrel roll!
the first game that had the star move, right?
I think so, yeah.
Corey, are we back?
Do a barrel roll!
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I was just making sure. Yeah, so some of you just saw, when you follow, you get a special message from Ted. It's not a farmer, it's Ted. It's just, we made the whole video feel like it was from the, make sure you're in our left and right. Oh, you did, you got it just in time. Because you can spin. K-Tiger asks, what's more important? I feel like you're going to say both, but what's more important to an environment artist, visual aesthetics or environmental storytelling?
Yeah, I mean both, for sure. You know, it's...
Oh, no.
Ooh, what's going on?
Oh, no, I think the planet cannon just fired. Oh, no.
This is tough. Dude, I went to one planet, shot a couple dudes up.
The Event 3080 and Bumblebee Pudding, thank you both for the follows. Hope you barrel rolled as we... Oh, man, it's like full-on
cool.
Death Star. It's like full-on Death Star. Like...
It's awesome that cinematics though.
Oh!
Do a barrel roll!
We just blew it up.
Of course, well, I'm holding control. We lose.
I mean, to be fair...
I did love this cutscene though. This cutscene's awesome. That there's this awesome
I
fail
mean, like,
scene.
at least if like you're gonna lose,
you can
it's
see like this
something.
polygonal city
Yeah.
get destroyed, and then like it's totally like a missile command, like just or like 2D. Corneria fell. Oh man.
Well, I guess I know what I'm gonna play tonight.
You just ain't gotta prove it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta beat this thing on hard. And Fox is just static. Setzer David, thanks for the follow. Like I said, every person who follows, you get a special message from CEO and founder Ted Price, and also we donate a Brave gown to charity. So hit that follow button. Someone said goodbye Corneria, but they did the corn emoticon instead of thanks the real Ellison. I think that's hilarious. Corneria. I feel like we get to the idiocracy world when people start replacing everything with like, it's like Corneria becomes a corn emoticon area. Like,
Who did you choose last time?
I did Fox.
I feel like you
and
want health
Falco.
for sure. I wouldn't go with like a 6 health. I wouldn't go with the ones on the end. That feels like hard mode. But you get the bomb with Fox or Falco, which is pretty sweet. Though
There's
the
a nice little touch.
although I think they have a shield recharge. I think Slippy and have a shield
Mm-hmm.
recharge. Or no, I think that's what they get back.
So go back to Slippy for a second. So you'll notice everybody has like an idle animation. And it's usually a blinking eye, but Slippy has like
Oh, his throat.
it's just like a couple pixels just for
Oh, it
his
just
throat. That's
changes.
it. He doesn't blink though.
Never do front.
That's
He
awesome.
never blinks. So
He's a frog.
it's a problem.
Just like,
Or is he a
I wish a fly would come across, like just catch it. There's a person who's in our community, Izzy, who like she posted a video. She's this like giant bullfrog is in a thing, and she has a iPad video of flies, and the frog just like it kept whipping his tongue out trying to eat the flies off the iPad screen, which is pretty crazy. I didn't mean to cut off. You're talking about visual aesthetics versus environmental storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it definitely matters. Both of them. It's kind of a 1-2 punch in a lot of ways because you get the aesthetics of just like, oh, that's what brings people in.
Right.
I think that's something that we've always.
Okay, so warp the ship to start. Go back to your ship
Oh, right,
and warp
yeah.
it.
You can go over there.
I think you could warp right out to the middle, catch the fighter squadron. So if you go to the asteroid belt, there you go, the meteor, and then you can take that fighter squadron and then take the carrier out first thing,
Yeah.
and let the missile hit whatever. But let's see if we take out the big stuff first. Well, I feel like certain games call for different things too. Like a game where you're going to be rushing through an area may not have as much. Whereas like some of the games that explore more, like Fallout or Dishonored, like the environmental, like and I mean everything should tell a small story, but like then they tell really complex stories because they expect you to spend a lot of time in those spaces.
Yeah, for sure. That's a lot of the stuff you'll see, and you know, it's stuff I think we're always very conscious of as well in a lot of the games we've made here.
Take out the
I've been here.
Kill the carrier behind you. And then we'll stop launching stuff and making us sad. We got to try and beat this at least
Carriers
once.
are rough. But yeah, pretty is always number one. And then if you can get any depth into that afterwards, that's a major plus too.
When you build a space, is it like, I mean, you sort of have to be thinking about it from that functional story, like what is this used for, what would normally be in this space,
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's, like, just even creating the space, you kind of have to understand it before you can build it.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, it's going to be like a hodgepodge of things, or a lot of just like generic ideas kind of thrown together. So when you're doing a city, it's got to make sense. You know, like something with Sunset, we had to make sure that like, you know, the roads made sense, and the buildings, even though they were kind of weird and goofy looking, they made sense within the logic of the world that we kind of built as
Right.
well.
Set your shields straight ahead full. Sorry, there's my only Star Wars reference there. Next Snap asks, is the SNES Classic worth the price?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Not even. Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess maybe if you have a Super Nintendo on hand with all of those games,
You gotta get a
Even
TV
still.
yeah,
Even
like
still.
I would still buy one, because like save states and stuff are super
Yeah.
awesome and rewinds. But like, if you really just think about like what it would cost you to go buy a Super Nintendo and all of those cartridges at this day and age, you would
Yeah.
spend like probably
If you spend $80, you could probably buy the most games you can get is like F-Zero, Street Fighter, and maybe Super Mario World.
So you
Like,
could get 3 of those 21 games. You can
Yeah.
not get Star Fox 2 anywhere else. So like if you figure Star Fox 2 is worth $10-15 alone,
And that's not even the console, right?
that's not even counting
Yeah.
a console. So like if you take a console, you probably could get 2 of these games and a console if you didn't have
Do a barrel roll!
and then like some of the games, I mean like
we were talking about this the other day.
Mega
like,
Man X is probably like Earthbound costs more than the SNES Classic does. Although you can download it on the
Earthbound
Switch.
costs more than a Framemeister in a lot of cases. Like,
Just a loose cartridge?
not the loose cartridge,
Okay.
but if you get everything. The loose cartridge, though, is still ridiculous.
It's crazy. Power Lecca, thanks for following and thanks for barrel rolling with this. Yeah, so I think it's totally worth it. Like if you have gaming, if you've played these games, it's worth it because like some of the all-time classics. If you haven't played these games, it's some of the all-time classics like Final Fantasy III, Link to the Past. What else is on here? Earthbound, Mario World, Yoshi's Island, Mario RPG, Secret of Mana, Mega Man X.
Kirby's Dream Course.
Kirby's Dream. It's still fun though.
That's a fun game, yeah.
It's not maybe not as classic, but I mean at least like 10 of these games are either like all Donkey Kong Country are either all-time greats, all-time classics, or games that are like very close to being considered all-time classics and are. I mean, it's a really really nicely. It's like missing. Chrono Trigger would be nice.
Chrono Trigger would be great, yeah.
Chrono Trigger's like the
that's
one.
the only thing really in this package that's missing.
Yeah, if you took like the top 100 Super Nintendo games, it probably has 9 of the top 10.
Yeah.
And is missing that one in particular.
And even just like some of these older RPGs, like you can spend 10, 20, 30 hours.
Oh yeah, I mean,
too, so-
you think about this compared to the NES Classic. The NES Classic didn't have a lot of. It had a lot of games that are kind of fun, but not a lot of like deep like games you could really get into. Whereas
More
this
iconic
one,
games.
this one has like, I mean, between Link to the Past and Final Fantasy and Mario RPG and Secret of Mana, you could probably play this thing for 150 hours, 160 hours on those 4 games alone, and then you're talking about like 50 cents an hour basically.
Yeah. And if you play something like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, you got a game for a couple of years because the first level alone you'll probably spend a few
Super
months
Ghouls.
beating
Just
anyway.
trying to learn how to beat
Yeah.
it. Someone said, "What's a Framemeister?" Framemeister is a upscaling unit. So when we play games, if you watch our Spyro stream we did, or our Symphony of the Night stream, which you can check in our videos or on our YouTube channel, we use that to upscale from 240 or 480p to 1080 or 720, and to add scan lines in, which a lot of pixelated games really were designed. The sprites were created with the idea that they'd be on a CRT television. And those scan lines add a lot of like the darkness that's added in between everywhere, adds a lot of depth, and sometimes will make like a 2D sprite look like it's 3D kind of. Final Fantasy VI has some really great examples of that, like the castles and stuff. If you actually put scan lines on them, like they look like they're these curved walls that have shadows on them rather than just being kind of a flat sprite. So
There's kind of that famous trick, not Super Nintendo related, but the Sonic the Hedgehog waterfall trick.
Yep.
It really only works with scan lines.
Yep. So that's why we use it, just to make those look
Do a barrel roll!
It's kind of an expensive scaler because it's really, really fast. So it doesn't add any lag time, and it's really good at its job. We're not using that with this because this outputs 720p natively. We're not even using the CRT filter that you can enable on this, which is not the best, but it, if you don't have a FrameMeister or anything like that, it's perfectly acceptable. Some games will look really good with it. A lot of the games, though, on Super Nintendo look really clean even without it. Like Yoshi's Island looks great either way. So it's good both ways. Fox in the Fridge, thanks for the follow. Do a barrel roll.
It's fast. I'm trying to rush through.
Yeah.
Someone said, I'm glad y'all upload the streams to YouTube. Yeah, we always try and add them to YouTube, so if you miss one, you can always catch up with it and meet the different Insomniacs that are coming on every time. I don't know if we ever will finish playing Year of the Dragon. We may eventually go back and play some of the old games again. We plan to usually, this week was weird because we only did 2 streams and we had them kind of planned out, but I think every week we'll be playing an Insomniac game at least once a week. Oh, your Planetary Defense helped you out, so you can go do a planet now. Just let the missile go, do a planet.
I'll go with this guy right here.
So see, now we're good because we took out the carriers fast.
That seems to be the trick. Then.
Yeah, I think it's killing the stuff that's the source of issues. Oh, now we've got one of the Wolf Squad guys on us. Get him. Next time, ask if we can play Earthbound. Maybe. I'm sure we'll eventually get to Earthbound. We're not going to play it today. We're focused on Starfox 2 since it's a lost game that no one's ever played. Well, I mean, people have played it, but it was never released until today. So that's the focus of today's stream. We will do more. There will be more Super Nintendo streams. Like I've said several times in the stream, Ted Price's favorite game of all time is Super Metroid, so you never know when you might see that. You may want to use your special to heal yourself. Oh, there you go.
That's
cool.
All right.
Yeah, now you have full shields again.
Nice.
Which is really useful against these guys because they hammer you. And if they're coming right at you, you can barrel roll to try and dodge some of their fire while you're hitting them. But I think you're fine now.
I always feel like I'm going to break the buttons.
Which is... Oh, in terms of jobs, are there more 3D environment artists or more 3D prop artists?
That's a good question. I think there's a lot of transition going on in the industry right now when it comes to 3D environment or prop artists.
Okay.
I would definitely say future-proof yourself by doing environment art.
Okay.
Because even for a lot of stuff we're doing now, we're outsourcing a lot of props, and that's just kind of how the industry's going. Like Naughty Dog used a ridiculous amount of outsourcing to do a lot of their props. So.
Got it. Is that just... So that... I assume in that aspect it's... when you're giving someone specs for a prop, it's easier to send that out to an outsourced studio where labor is cheaper and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's also kind of a time management thing too, right? Like we have our own custom tools in-house here to build our stuff. So we can have our guys build stuff using those tools, but if we just like, hey, we need like a statue or something that's going to take an artist a couple weeks to make, that their time is better served working inside of our engine building stuff as opposed to somebody that could just
Who can just build it in Maya or whatever and then just send the asset over and then someone puts it in.
Yep.
So it's like you want people who are in-house working on stuff that you can only do in-house in that case.
Especially for an open world game.
Yeah, because open world has a ton of assets being made.
Yeah.
And given the way the industry's been, a lot of games are open world, so I think that makes sense from that perspective. I love these, like, where you just have to, like, chase missiles down. The game does feel pretty epic when you're kind of, like, spinning plates everywhere. Like, oh, man, what's my next choice? What's my next move? If you're just joining us, this is Insomniac Live. We are playing Starfox 2, which just came out today on the Super NES Classic. It's a kind of lost game from 20 years ago that was never released. Whoa, did you lose? I thought we... Oh, no, we haven't cleared a planet yet, have we?
Yeah. Let's get this.
Oh, the virus is about to hit the... Oh.
Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
There you
Watch
go.
out,
Your station's infected again. So we're playing that. My name's James Stevenson. I'm our Nebraska fan here. I'm here with Brian Benno, who is an environment artist, and David Dimoff, who's on our core support team. And we're just playing some Starfox and trying to save. We've been bad at this so far. We failed twice. We're going to see how far we can get this time. And we have a couple special things today. So if you click the follow button on Twitch for us, you follow us on Twitch, you'll get a special message from CEO and founder Ted Price. We'll give you a shout out. Also, every person that follows, we're going to buy a Brave gown for a children's hospital on your behalf. And we've got a video that we can show you from CEO Ted Price about that right now. Are we back? Okay, cool. So thanks for checking that message out, and let us know if you follow. We're going to keep going for another 10 or 15 minutes maybe, just to see how far we can get.
Try to at least clear one planet.
Yeah, we got a clear planet. We haven't even been on a planet yet. We've failed both.
No, it's
we
fine.
have not
It's
even
like you
done
went to that one planet. It's like, yeah, you're good to go, and then Starwolf.
A planet mission, so we'll see.
Alright.
Probably still one of my favorite video game moments is the Starwolf level in Star Fox.
64.
Yeah, where it's like Independence Day.
Oh, the big ship.
The big ship,
Yeah.
and you're like, all right, you gotta
yeah,
stop them, and
flying
all of a
out.
sudden they show up, and you're just like, what? Like, oh, there's another team?
I like how he just ordered everyone to launch planetary missiles, like all the planets launch missiles. So it's like he has these like super attacks. So okay, you gotta step on. So in this one, you have to step on switches. So you need to drop down to the ground.
Like right now.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to drop down to the
Oh,
ground
oh.
ASAP.
Yeah.
And then the targets are these switches you need to stand on. External attack. Yeah, you can't shoot that until you hit the switches, which are to your left and right. I think you turn.
The switches.
Yeah, the triggers turn you towards the switches. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's. Oh, weird. Oh, whoa! What the hell? Oh, you got to kill that thing, and then it'll drop the switch.
Was that not-
Oh, you may want to hit your special just to heal
No,
too. You're
good call.
pretty low.
Do I have a special? There.
Yeah, there it goes. It just cured you. This is crazy. Below Zero TV and Daily. I feel like Andy Daly almost is how that reads. And Daly, thanks for the follows. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Berserk Fury asks, what position in the video game industry is there never enough of? I hear you can never have enough coders. I think that's like programmers are hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Good programmers are hard to find. Okay, now you killed this. I think you go stand on it now. I know, like, even good artists are hard to find too. Like,
Yeah,
like-
definitely, for sure. Good technical artists are hard to find, too. Because a lot of times we'll have artists that are very good at art stuff, but then there's like, hey, we need to build these complex shaders. You'll have one or two guys on staff that can do that.
So it's a good place if you want a job in the industry, if you specialize and get good at that.
Yeah.
So I think it's on the opposite side. Depth perception is always tricky. Oh, there's an idea. Fly over to it and then drop down. I look at all this
Look at
crazy
that.
stuff. Like, it's like giant centipedes like coming out. Like these. It's crazy how with so few polygons they make such a. Oh, you gotta actually. Is that a target? You gotta. Oh, he's carrying it. It's like a bird that's
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Does not happen on
So
the
it's like a-
normal.
No, I never saw this.
This is
And I wonder if each planet's different too, because like I only, it was so easy. I just took out a couple
Just
planets.
see it
I just went flying up in the air.
He's like, nope, never mind, I'm out of here.
That's pretty awesome. There's some weird stuff, man. I don't know if like some of that, in the classic like retro games is like so surreal because it's like trying to make use of limited resources.
Yeah.
But like the surrealism of like Mario Brothers, for instance, like you get a mushroom. It's like because that's something that you can make look good in a small sprite.
The whole concept of Mario and the whole, like, if you're talking about world building, is pretty crazy.
Right, like group pipes and
Pipes, Italian plumber, mushroom people.
This being so close to the 64, I wonder if they experimented with the FX chip in Mario. That would have been cool to see.
Well, I want to say Dylan Cuthbert said that some of the camera stuff from this game, from Star Fox 2, is in Mario 64.
Interesting.
Like, so basically, like, some of the camera work that they figured out in this game helped them with Mario 64, and some of that code is shared with Mario 64.
So Yoshi's
don't quote
Island
me on that.
is using super effects
Which one is?
as well. Yoshi's Island.
Oh yeah, for some of the, like,
It's like
the
sprite-
3D, the sprite
distortion.
scaling and
Yeah.
distortion. Yeah.
What did you guys think of Stunt Race FX?
Man, I haven't played that.
I haven't played that in a long
Very
time either.
time.
I used to love that game.
Yeah.
You can see an Armin flying by and some of those too. Pretty awesome.
Right, you're right. Yeah.
Next Snap asks, what kind of degree do you need to be the person that answers the questions on the Twitch stream? I personally have a degree in management and computer science, so that was what I went to school for at Nebraska. We were good in the mid-90s, not good anymore. We're trying to get better.
But do you need those degrees to do your job?
I guess, like, degree, you don't go into school always proves you did something, and like that helps in some jobs. You know, I definitely, like, having a computer science, or like having a background in computer science has definitely helped me in my career in terms of being able to just kind of speak that language, or speak a lot of the different languages around here. Because if you can understand that when it comes to programming stuff and talking to programmers or technical people, it does help.
Polygon.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is when you have, like, internal terms for stuff, like when I got here, everything was Mobies. Like, what's a Mobi? What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, there you go. Shoot at the center. Shoot at the center. Just hammer the center. Hammer the center. You just want to hit it as much as you can fast. It'll go down pretty quick, I think. Although, yeah, this is like the Death Star 2 reactor. Did you guys play Sonic Mania?
I did.
I don't know. I heard it's really good though.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
Yeah.
It's terrific. It's really, really good. I actually need to go back and play more. It's the best Sonic game since, like, Sonic CD.
Yeah.
I think that's.
That, yeah.
I think it's good. I mean,
It's like a feel-good game. It's kind of the best way. Like I can.
the physics are
describe it.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like being a kid and playing a lost Sonic game, kind of. Like, and there's so much. Speaking of, like, surrealism, or I think the other great term for it is whimsy. Like, injecting, like, there's stuff where you, like, inject that stuff in. You know, there's, like, in the second world, you're injecting things in, and then it makes the fluid bouncy. It's just like weird stuff where you're like, I would never have thought of that sort of thing.
It is like what's it, the TV world that you're in.
Oh yeah,
It's like the design of that world, and like being able to, like, teleport from different satellite dishes and stuff like that. Like, it's a pretty game.
Yeah, it's really cool. K-Tiger asks, what are some of the things a technical artist does?
That can depend on a number of different things. The titles can kind of change, but ideally, like, something like some of our technical artists handle, like, shader work or scripting or creating tools for us inside of, like, programs like Mile to kind of help out. Some technical artists can do rigging. I think here we call character TDs.
Right.
So it can kind of vary in a lot of ways, just depending on whatever really kind of interests you.
Chat, we got a few more minutes here, and we're gonna wrap it up. So if you got any last questions, let us know. Like I said, last chance to follow and get the message from CEO and founder Ted Price, and have a Brave gown donated to Starlight and Children's Hospitals on your behalf. So definitely click that follow button if you haven't already, because it is fun and Starfox themed. Next Snap asks, do playing old games help you make new games?
I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah, definitely. I've been really into old games the last year or two.
Yeah.
And so it's been interesting to just, like, it's still magical in a lot of ways to think, like, you can get a object that's moving that you control on a screen. It's still pretty remarkable. And then to see kind of how they were able to do it 25 years ago, like what's on the SNES, and then see what we're doing now, definitely helps out a lot.
Yeah. David, what did you think of that? You were commenting that you thought so.
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, you hear me always give feedback on games and stuff, and I always try to think about what I liked. And what is that?
He just added 2 more carriers.
What?
Yeah, hard is way harder than normal. Like normal, like I was telling these guys I finished normal in like one shot yesterday. Like it was just like I beat normal and I was like, oh, okay, like that was not tricky. Like hard is just like a huge step up. Like that's where the real game is here. And there's even another level above this, which is crazy. Like we're actually playing it well now, and we've been playing like for 30-40 minutes on this run, I think, and we're not even close. Like we have 2 planets left. We took a planet, like we took 2 carriers and a planet, and now there's 2 more carriers. So basically, our progress has been reduced to a single planet.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been trying to do it really fast too. Like I was trying to go through them.
Yeah, like it's brutal. It is cool because after you like kill everything, then you go fight the final boss, or like you go to fight the enemy base, and then there's a final boss, and it builds up nicely, but. This definitely kind of has a fun feel that, oh, nice. Oh, they got out of range. Yeah. That's the crazy part. They actually can fly out of range and then keep flying. You have to go catch him again.
That's crazy.
See, looking like he gets that huge, like, jump on you. I wonder if he can infect your command ship. I don't know. I guess not.
Looks like he's going for it.
Oh, but you got, like... Oh! And now it's another fighter thing. Some Silent Tremor says, what language does the in-house engine use? Mostly C++ is the language a lot of people use. I mean, but engine guys go all the way down into really low-level stuff when they're writing that, like even assembly, sometimes to find the best optimizations. So they can get very down into the metal and trying to tweak things and get every ounce of performance out of it. Bumblebee Pudding asks, where do I get hired? Insomniac.games. All our latest jobs are posted on the website there. I think that's just about it. So, while we weren't able to finish Starfox 2, I hope you enjoyed checking it out. It's pretty sweet to see a Super Nintendo game that never came out, and it's available now. And you can buy a SNES Classic whenever they come back into stock.
Yeah.
Stock in the next couple weeks. Rumoredly, there's another shipment in the next week or 2 that's the same size as the first one. We'll see if that's true. There were a lot today, at least, so I hope...
That's good.
Yeah, like the NES was really hard to find last Christmas. I don't think Nintendo wants that. I'm sure you'll see plenty of them coming out.
One of those as well, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
At some point next year, right?
Yeah, you'll get, if you didn't get an NES Classic, they'll be back next summer. I'm sure as soon as the production lines have created enough Super Nintendos for the holidays, they'll switch some of that line back over to make... And look, it's a perfect place to end on when we blow up yet again. Guys, any last thoughts before we go? Any final words?
Starfox 2 is funnier than I thought it would be.
Yeah. This is this crazy ambitious game for a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, especially from Nintendo.
Yeah.
I know what I'm playing tonight then.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to definitely have to go back and play it some more now hard. Because
Yeah.
I was like, after normal, I was like, I don't know. It's kind of easy. Like, okay, this now I'm like, all right.
I
Like,
want to see how expert is. We'll see how fast it goes.
yeah, I think
Can you imagine what? Jeez, like, that's crazy.
expert feels like it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for following and helping us contribute to Starlight and checking out the Ted Price thing. Can we just play the Ted Price barrel roll one more time? Can you just play it automatically for him, Corey?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. We're just gonna play it like 5 times in a row because we just need it. Like we're gonna send you out with Ted Price telling you to do a barrel roll like 5 times because that's the right way for this to end.
Do a barrel roll!
Did you get it?
Do a barrel roll! Yeah. Again.
And again. Again.
Do a barrel roll!
And one more time. Okay. And if you're wondering when we're back, we'll be back next Monday at 2 p.m. We'll be playing Cuphead on Xbox One, which I'm very excited about and have been excited about for a number of years. So swing on back by next Monday and check that out with us. In the meantime, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Insomniac Games, Instagram, Insomniac Games. You can join our Discord chat to keep the chatting up with us all. And, of course, follow us on Twitch. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Do a barrel roll!